Watch the Rev video? Rev video? Who's Rev? Why do I not know who Rev is? Okay, let's watch this video, I'm curious. I haven't really watched this guy's content. Who added me?
Attention gamers.
Right.
The beautiful thing about how League of Legends has evolved over the years with its hundreds of champions is that different champions.
The problem is that your team doesn't understand their win condition, and my team does, that's all, bro. Yeah, legit. But my support and jungle were legit AFK though.
Can
like,
be the
they were
master
actually
of
just not
certain
doing
things.
anything.
There's some champs that are designed to be tanks and be able to survive while taking a lot of hits. Then there's assassin type champs that are designed to hunt down and burst back line carries. There's the champs that are meant for quickly taking down objectives and towers.
YouTube chat, YouTube chat, you can't hear it, sorry, because I don't want to get copyrighted, but here's the video. It's actually already a really good intro though.
There's the support type of champs that excel at healing up champs quickly. It's a great game because no one champ can do all these things.
I'm doing business deal with Lux in their base.
Today we are talking about the man, the myth, the lunatic Alois that paints himself blue as a part of his mission to prove that Mundo MD is more broken than Elon and Donnie J's relationship by playing Moon and making dat dough on a fresh account all the way to Challenger. So as a student of the sport, I'm here to learn this complex strategy that can be broken down to by studying what he does and then trying to apply it in my piss pit. Elo is an ADC main who has never drooled over the top lane with this 9 to 5 Frankenstein before, so friendly reminder to put that subscribe button and let's get into it. So he starts every game the same way.
Gwen ban, please.
And I guess when you dress like you've climbed the ladder in corporate America, people just listen to you like.
I bet it myself. Oh, I bet it myself.
You're their boss, whereas when I tried this bullshit I got actual League of Legends players. But then the rest of champs tried this bullshit I got actual League of Legends players.
Funny as hell.
Whereas when I tried this bullshit I got actual League of Legends players. But then the rest of champs select is typically a celebration for
I
him.
already
They are
countered
taking
by 2
no
champions.
percentage health damage. Enemy team come dog shit against my champion. We are Windows Q. Enemy team did not select a good draft. You know what happens when you don't have a good draft against Mundo?
And you have to respect the confidence, and while he may have been listening to Benny Benassi loops all game, the first play sounded a bit more like Rihanna.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn.
But apparently this was a good death and I just wasn't thinking about it.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. No, actually think about it. Are you guys told about it?
Hello guys.
And I guess it's because he can just DoorDash express himself back
Dash
to
potato,
lane where he
thank you, bro.
genocides the Red Robe Academy, commits a bit of statue vandalism while ignoring that dashing douche and then continues to proxy.
Some would say the death.
And a normal level 5 would probably be satisfied with the one proxy, but this roided Wall Street banker lives by the motto push harder than last time, as if he watches Greg Doucette videos and it turns out the sequel to fuck around is almost always find out, and that's just what he
Bro,
does.
the AI voice is catching me off guard.
That said, he comes back to lane and immediately welcomes a trade
Wait,
to
I remember
anyone
this
with
game.
functioning
I
eyeballs.
remember this game. This is the game where I go 0-4 and then Ultra 1v9 and I dive them. Yes.
Seems like
yeah.
total
Okay, I already
shit, but he
know. I
clearly
selected the
isn't
banger
worried.
game though.
Yo, when I do W there, I
He selected an absolute banger of a game. Okay, chat, so...
Full-blown Shenshin impact onto the jacked accountant, and even though he receives a gank, the desire to whip one last phone book at the ninja gets him
I remember what happened
killed.
to you.
To make matters worse, his jungler is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. But it's all part of the plan for him to prove exactly why this is a broken champ.
Okay, I'm gonna win this game. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I'm gonna win this game.
Sometimes, as a streamer, I do think about my
Gwen ban, please. If no ban. Helps me out a lot. Smiley face. Remember to always
think
ask.
about my audience. Actually, when I think about my audience, I'm like, how did I make a gameplay relatable for them? So, I put myself in a conscious deficit where I started the game 0-3 to showcase you guys how you should push from a deficit.
So I'm thinking sure I will play along, considering this man literally spray painted his fucking face for this. He clearly must know best, but I do have to say I wasn't exactly convinced when he started the game with 4 bloody hemorrhoids and 4 ugly deaths.
Oh, this guy
Just wait. It will all make sense. It will all make sense. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry.
At this point, the enemy Shen is so fed you'd think he works for the
Spectre Gloom
FBI
and
as
King
Blue
Folk
Tits
at the
here
Enterprise,
continues
bro.
to pick losing trades as if he has a fetish for them, but turns out he's baiting, as he's the master of bait.
Did he
The
call me
master
blue tits?
works for the FBI as Blue Tits here continues to pick losing trades as if he has a fetish for them, but turns out he's baiting, as he's the master of bait, the masturbator, which ends up still turning into a butt clencher.
Spawn Daisy, we need extra Mannschaft. Oh, oh!
This funds his first item Warmogs, which immediately switches this to easy game mode for him because any trade is basically a fat W when he practically has a Soraka shoved up his shithole from just one item, and this opens up opportunities to strategize.
Now we do one quick start step. We do a quick phone call to Shen's mom. We have to go back to full HP right now. Oh, might as well press this too. Play a little bit with one hand. Oh, another good trade here by Shen. Oh, Shen, I'm not playing with one hand. Just like I'm used to when playing with your mom. And now, in about a few seconds, I'll go back to full HP. Shen won't because I've warmed up.
So despite him getting shit on worse than the cup in that video with 2 girls, he still gets first tower and continues pushing harder than a small.
I'm telling you guys, whenever I watch my own content, whenever Taurus is like, oh, Alois, I did really well in this video, you should watch it. Bro, I'm doing a try not to cringe challenge sometimes.
Small child stuck inside a revolving door as I'm trying to imagine how strong a 1 in 4 ADC would be 13 minutes into the game, while comparing it to the fact that half the enemy team is coming to try and stop him at this point.
Hey, nice one, MVP.
He's also attracting the attention of his own teammates now as that lanky anorexic Daisy distributor pays him a visit, which results in that steel-covered tiptoeing ninja getting shafted, and then the Greek gladiator that got sky-mailed into the fight ends up getting kited like a piece of colorful nylon on a windy day, all while some hulked-up accountant with poor circulation chases him down whipping textbooks at him. The fox does arrive, but at this point Mundo is full extrovert and isn't going to shy away from any social interaction.
Oh, wait a second. I was 0-4 and I have 2 items. Oh.
I can't justify picking this into Atron.
20 minutes later.
Why didn't you just play AP Mundo? Because I wasn't dropped on my head when I was 5 years old. Continue to watch this video, it's a banger anyways.
He asks Ari to come down bot for a second because he wants to show off in front of her by doing a fourth of the tower's health in one headbutt, and then he continues pushing harder than someone who has developed a tolerance to Miralax. Once the troops arrive to play Mundo Balloon's tower defense, he can be seen mocking their measly attempts to bring him down, and while the camera doesn't show it, I can only assume his blue finger is just caressing his alt key as he baits them further and further in, waiting for the perfect time to hit a surprise and slap.
look at look at this T-pose.
Don't laugh! I didn't see the spear coming from my ass cheeks, bro. So, 2 options here. We could move mid and play for third dragon, which would objectively be pretty correct. How?
My goodness, Alois, you're such a sexy beast. First time message. Baku 1988, are you by any means a very hot Asian single mom? Probably not. Your name is Baku 1988. We're good.
Weber.
Not lucky. Hey, he stole my kill,
And
bro.
despite a train wreck of an early game, there is now a tangible top diff present.
This Shen, remember how he was 3-0? How is this guy still on one
Alois
item
is
and
now
I'm
alt
my
account
fourth?
through. It's my alt
Because
account.
he didn't push, and I did.
He can now take towers and engage wild pantheons without fear, all while having severe ADHD in team fights.
Oh, I see backline. Oh, what's this? Oh, what happened to your preface? What happened to that preface? What happened to the backline? Oh, you know what's wrong with you? Oh, barrier. Yeah, that was aggro. Problem?
But this top-heavy businessman with a humble upbringing of 4 deaths now has 5 levels on the bot lane with 7,000 health, 500 attack damage, and a built-in spell shield, which means Lux is now just there to provide him with more bucks that he can put in his briefcase.
Chat? Can I open my suitcase? That's one. Open up, you fucking bastard. Bro.
Hey! I don't know how to fucking use a briefcase.
Now people run in fear at the mere sight
Why did he have to edit this in, by the way? He saw this clip and is like, how do I include this in the video? Why, bro?
Hey! I don't know how to fucking use a briefcase.
Now people run in fear at the mere sight of him, not because he looks like a slimy greased-up used car salesman, but because 4 enemies can play an entire game of Monopoly on his asshole, and then he can just push his ult and heal up all that damage in 5 seconds, while subsequently being the first human to do more damage to a statue than it does to him with a headbutt. The game is essentially unwinnable for the enemy team, but he's doing a little bit of PvE to hit level cap when this
Look at this! Ezra makes a mistake here, though. Ezra makes a mistake here, look.
happens.
Oh, Ezra, you are going to regret that decision, buddy. Chat, target locked.
Look how I smack him against the wall, bro. Bitch. He like bounces off.
And I guess that shows how even feeding more than a nursing mom's titty in the early game doesn't matter with this champ.
You think you're safe in your base? Riot Games! Don't take a look at this
In a
guy.
world of stale ass league content, I became an instant fan of this blue man, so when he said this,
Okay, we gotta keep Mundo under the radar. Just, why did I just snort like a pig? Why did I just snort like a pig? So I need to feel people right now.
Did I?
Just play a few Mundo games.
I snored, like, I snorted, I think. I think.
Okay, we gotta keep Mundo under the radar. Just. I actually snort. Why does he keep that clip? Why does he keep that clip in, bro? Fucking bastards, man. Right. Get off the keyboard. I can't focus, bro. Can't focus. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bogdan. There's no sound here. It's at 8:53. I don't want to get copyrighted. I can't listen to it because I don't want my YouTube stream to shut down. Everything on YouTube is copyrighted, bro. You get instant DMCA, burger flip combo on your channel. Boom. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I dislike. I guess we bang with ourselves. Oh. Okay. Why did I just snort like a pig? So I need to feel people right now to just play a few Mundo games. Just do like the little pushing thing, but make sure we lose. So that Mundo doesn't get instantly nerfed. Okay, deal?
I had to help him out. Once I totally fed on purpose to help him out the second game, I took more of a push mentality as I was against that prepubescent gerbil who had to be a bitch and whip his chewed up dog toy at me every time I got too close, and while this did take the color off on my screen once early, a few minutes later when he was dealing with some raging hormones, I stopped acting like the victim and realized mid-fight that I can go where I please and do what I want, and that's when everything changed as I would execute the macro gameplay inting strat to perfection. But soon enough I was learning the ways and remembering the lessons from the masturbator himself, and things were looking up. I popped my proxy cherry in this game, and when that fucking
Hey, Rev, you have Rorix before
Reddit
Giants
guinea
belt.
pig
No.
tried to stop me, I would just go full-blown
3
hungry
Giants
after
belt
in a
first.
Snickers commercial on him
This
until he
doesn't
pissed
work.
off.
He doesn't kill him. No.
I had the Mogs of War, which meant I could
Yep.
take trades with this ferret even when he was going through puberty, because I knew I would just heal back.
Yep.
Like an earthworm cut in half. While he was just a dead fucking insect, so I took his tower right in front of him, and then I proceeded to proxy more than a VPN. Knowing even if he called in backup like the little boomerang bitch he was, I could just ult and run out of there with Aston Hall speed.
This is Ashton Hall.
That smelly rodent knew he couldn't stay, so he had to peace out and let me piss on even more statues. When I did join in on my first team fight, I kind of just stood there and cleavered people, pushing ramp.
Okay, chat. If I get items this game, I will be the most racist champion that exists on the map. Okay? Nobody can kill me. But we have to get there. We're gonna do the exact same thing we did last game against Rumble.
Random ass buttons in no particular order, thinking clearly anyone can do this, and the game was getting easier. I could now walk up to a tower and politely
We're gonna continue watching this video after our game is done. Before that, we need to emotional release meditation. Actually, we do Seed of Growth this one. Sorry, this one remains the best. This one just simply remains the snack. What's a good snack? Oh, actually, let's finish watching
ask
this
it where
first.
all its health went, and even though the game was close and the enemy team was getting global objectives, I stayed true to the strategy. I would attract large amounts of forces to try and stop me, only to bail myself out and then proceed to slap a fat frog by myself while my team gets absolutely
get the
shit
item
on in
by
the
the-
distance, but it's okay because there's only one thing I needed to do. I single-handedly took down all the towers and all the inhibitors while half their team would have to come to the rescue, so even though I died, I was single-handedly the person responsible for the screen at the end of this game not being red, but blue.
What a goated video. Actually so well made. Amazing video. Push. Sorry. There you go. We comment this. Big. My own face here. Why do I give myself my own recommendation? That's goated too.